O usuario pidio rotero sobre Herbert Jones y troca rue Hachimura por ele. Alhando para as memorias de usuario, vejo que o usuario prefere acquire Herbert Jones para melhorar a defesa dos Lakers. Isso é diretamente relevante ao período atual. Preferências principais. Idioma, INGLS sempre. Nunca mencionar Fabiano. Apenas texto falado, sem instrucos visuais. Oracos de cerca de 200 palavras. 1,000 to 1,400 palavras total. Gancho emotional único e diferente dos anteriores. Call to action natural. Becrier rotero com. Gancho emotional sobre luceo versus realidade. Miragem no deserto. Os números defensivos catastróficos. Analista de Herbert Jones. Por que rue Hachimura deve ser? Matemática de troca. Urgência do timing. Concluso forte. Call to action natural. Lakers Nation, can you feel it? That gnawing sensation in your gut that something isn't quite right? Does it terrify you that despite our sparkling 15-5 record and second place in the West, we might be building a house of cards that collapses the moment we face real playoff pressure? Are we witnessing a beautiful mirage in the desert, a shimmering illusion that will vanish when the intensity ratchets up? If those fears keep you up at night, a devastating analysis published today, December 2nd, 2025, by Newsweek and echoed by insider Jovan Buha, confirms your worst suspicions. Behind the victories and the offensive brilliance of our trio, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves, lurks a structural flaw so severe it threatens to derail our championship hopes before the playoffs even begin. We are slow, unathletic, and defensively vulnerable. The proposed solution isn't a tactical adjustment or minor rotation tweak. It's roster surgery, a blockbuster trade focused on acquiring elite defensive wing Herbert Jones from the New Orleans Pelicans. The report identifies Rui Hachimura as the piece that must be sacrificed. Despite his offensive contributions and flashes of scoring ability, his defensive incompatibility with LeBron and DeAndre Ayton has created a black hole in the paint that fast, athletic teams like the Suns and Thunder are exploiting mercilessly, repeatedly, and with increasing confidence. To understand the urgency of this situation, we must confront the brutal numbers that Jovan Buha revealed. When our starting frontcourt trio, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and DeAndre Ayton, shares the court, the Lakers post a defensive rating of 128.3. Let that number sink in for a moment. This would be, by an enormous margin, the worst defense in NBA history is sustained over an entire season. The net rating of this trio is a staggering minus 5.6, meaning the Lakers are actively losing the minutes when our three biggest paint players are together. This isn't a small sample size anomaly. This is a fundamental structural problem that opponents are identifying and attacking with surgical precision. Bua's analysis cuts to the heart of the matter. If we look at the similarities between the losses to the Warriors, Blazers, Hawks, Thunder, and Suns, the first thing that comes to mind is speed and athleticism. There's a real disparity between the Lakers and those teams. The Lakers have constructed a team built on IQ and skill, Luka's genius, LeBron's experience, Reeves' craftiness. But we've forgotten about legs, about youth, about raw athleticism. We cannot stop the ball at the point of attack. We cannot recover in transition after turnovers. We're being pressed, hunted, and exhausted by younger, faster opponents who smell blood in the water. So why is Herbert Jones a name that won't leave analysts' lips? Because he is the polar opposite antidote to our current problems. Jones is a quintessential combo forward defender who can legitimately guard positions 1 through 4. He possesses the foot speed to chase Shai Gilgeous-Alexander around screens on the perimeter and the wingspan and strength to bother Kevin Durant in the post. This versatility is increasingly rare and incredibly valuable in today's positionless, switching-heavy defensive schemes. Jones brings elite athleticism, the controlled chaos that our roster desperately lacks. His ability to generate turnovers through active hands and intelligent positioning, then push the ball in transition, would inject a speed that Bull identifies as our most glaring deficiency. Imagine the fast breaks. Jones forces a turnover, pushes ahead, and either finishes himself or kicks to a trailing Luka or LeBron for an easy score. This is the kind of easy offense that championship teams generate. The fit with Luka and LeBron is seamless because Jones doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's an intelligent cutter who understands spacing and a capable corner three-point shooter who can punish defenses that help off him. Most importantly, he would assume the toughest offensive assignment every single night, allowing Luka, who carries a massive offensive load, and LeBron, who is 40 years old, to conserve precious energy for the offensive end, where they're truly elite. The trade mathematics are painful, but financially necessary. The Lakers would send out Rui Hachimura, who has an expiring contract worth $18.3 million. In return, they would acquire Herbert Jones, whose salary is in the $13 to $14 million range, easily absorbable given our current cap situation. Why does this work? For the Lakers, Hachimura has become redundant, a luxury we can no longer afford. He's a scorer who doesn't defend at a high level and doesn't facilitate for others. On a team where Luka and LeBron control the offensive orchestration, we need specialists who excel in their defined roles, not volume scorers who are defensive liabilities. For the Pelicans, if they decide to fully commit to their fire sale and rebuild, Hachimura represents offensive talent who could flourish with increased touches and opportunities, and his expiring contract offers immediate financial flexibility, something New Orleans values highly as they reset their roster around younger pieces. The Newsweek article raises a critical point about timing that should alarm every Lakers fan. LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and DeAndre Ayton, with his player option, could all potentially test free agency next summer. This means that all three players could hit free agency, which could hurt LA's leverage when trying to offload any of them via trade. If the Lakers wait until the February trade deadline, and our defensive bleeding continues, Hachimura's trade value will plummet. Acting now. While our 15-5 record still creates the illusion of competence and championship viability, is a smart, proactive move. In conclusion, acquiring Herbert Jones wouldn't just be a good trade. It would be the season-defining course correction that separates contenders from pretenders. The Lakers have the offense to beat anyone, thanks to Luka's generational brilliance. But we have the defense to lose to anyone, as our recent losses painfully demonstrate. Jones brings balance. He brings toughness, grit, and defensive intensity. He brings the ability to win ugly, grinding playoff games where talent alone isn't enough. Rob Pelinka is under immense pressure. Sacrificing Rui Hachimura's offense for Herb Jones's defense is the bet that separates championship contenders from playoff disappointments. So, Lakers Nation, what's your take? Is trading Rui Hachimura for Herbert Jones the blockbuster move we desperately need? Is Jones a defensive savior who transforms us into legitimate title favorites? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're ready to see the Lakers become a two-way powerhouse, smash that like button and subscribe for all the latest Lakers trade analysis. Let's make this happen.